Welcome to the pre-game press conference. SJK head coach Stevie Grieve and SJK captain Rasmus Karilainen. Welcome, guys. How are you feeling 24 hours before the big game? What are the feelings right now?
Excited. You know, we worked very hard all last year, and then obviously the last two games against Haka in the Euro playoff final were nerve-wracking, but we played really well and we earned our spot to be here. So we've been waiting for this for quite a long time, and we're excited to get going. Once the draw came out, we have something to focus on, but we've been excited since November, and it feels real the last few weeks. So kind of the last few days after the Ilves game's out the way, it's exciting for us because it's been a long time.
What about you, Rasmus? And you can answer in Finnish.
Totta kai, niin kuin Steve sanoi, niin tosi innostuneita. Näitä pelejä ollaan odotettu kauan, ja siitä lähtien, kun Hakapelissä viime vuonna varmistettiin se europaikka, niin totta kai se on ollut koko ajan, että kesällä siintää ne europelit. Nyt se viikko vihdoin on täällä, ja me ollaan hyvin valmistauduttu. Meidän viimeiset sanotaan 5-6 viikkoa on ollut pelisti tosi hyvää. Me ollaan hyvässä kohdassa meidän pelisti kaudessa, ja hyvällä itseluottamuksella koko joukkue, ja nyt pitää muistaa myös nauttia näistä hetkistä, että ollaan yritetty korostaa, että nämä on niitä pelejä, että ei kansainvälisiä pelejä tuu. En usko, että kukaan jalkapalloilija sanoo uran jälkeen, että on pelannut liikaa kansainvälisiä pelejä, että ne on kuitenkin tietyllä tavalla aina harvinaista herkkua, ja niistä pitää myös pystyä nauttimaan.
Stevie, obviously, Klaksvík, they are a really experienced Euro team. But what else you can say about them? What kind of team you're facing tomorrow?
Well, obviously they're experienced, but I think they've been successful over the last few years. They were in the group stage. They've beaten so many big teams like Ferencváros. I think they beat Malmö, BK Häcken. So they've played against big teams and been successful. And the majority of their squad play for the national team. And if you watch the national team, they don't lose really against anybody. It's tight games. So the experience of being champions in their domestic league and the consistency it takes to do that is commendable. Whether we think it's a strong league or not, to win every week is really difficult. You know, you have to train every day and have a strong mentality to do that, and they change how they play in Europe. So it shows that they're adaptable if they need to attack or to defend. So it's a strong team with a good group of players, but I think for the way we play, there's not many teams that they're going to face that play like us. You know, we're not really easy to analyse when we attack, and defensively we're super aggressive normally. You know, we've changed in the last few weeks where we can show that we can be a bit more compact. So it's a difficult team to play against and players that we respect, but at the same time, we have a lot of young guys who have no fear and not too much respect for anybody, and they go out and they play their best as often as they can. So I think our lack of experience might actually be an advantage in this situation.
Rasmus, löytyykö Veikkausliigasta mitään vastaavanlaista seuraa? Onko tämä täysin uudenlainen joukkue teille, kun mietitään nimenomaan pelityyliltä, vai löytyykö sieltä esimerkiksi Suomesta sellaisia seuraa, jotka olisivat vähän samantyylisiä?
No on ehkä, totta kai nyt ei löydy samanlaista seuraa tai samanlaista joukkuetta, mutta ehkä jos saman tyylistä, niin voitaisiin vaikka verrata Suomessa VPS:ää, aika fyysinen joukkue, suoraviivainen, ja laittavat kyllä palloa niinkö boksiin aika herkästi, en usko, että tulee samanlainen peli kuin mikään Veikkausliigapeli olemaan. He on tottunut pelaamaan aika fyysistä jalkapalloa. Se liigan taso, mitä ollaan katsottu, niin se intensiteetti on siellä aika kova. He on tottunut pelaamaan kovalla temmolla, niin kuin Steve sanoi, suuri osa joukkueesta pelaa maajoukkueessa. Jätkät on tottunut pelaamaan isoja pelejä, ne on tottunut pelaamaan hyviä pelaajia vastaan. Ja joukkueenakin Euroopassa, niin kuin varmaan kaikki tietää, niin viime vuosina on tullut oikeasti menestystä. Niin, tämä on meille kova testi. Meillä on vasta tosi kova joukkue, täynnä rutinoituneita ammattitason pelaajia, mutta mä luulen, niin kuin Steve sanoi, että se meidän niin kuin, tavallaan hyvä jakso, mikä meillä on, meidän niin kuin, nopeus, pallon liikuttelu, mitkä toimii samat vahvuudet, mitkä toimii Veikkausliigassakin, niin toimii kyllä tätäkin joukkuetta vastaan.
Stevie, as you said, you have loads of young players in the team. How do you prepare them to deliver their best tomorrow? Like, do you find it as a difficult task to actually, prepare them like their best game?
I think we'll find out tomorrow. We haven't treated this week any differently. We've shown a little bit more of the opponent players than what we would usually do because, in Vegas League I think we've played against most players often enough and they've watched them on TV often enough that they know who they're up against, whereas against Klaksvík it's, other than Samuel and me who have watched them, it's, we have to show Rasmus what the players do. Fatih against Frederiksberg, Klaksvík against the centre backs, so show the different types of movements they have, the different types of technical quality, whether it's Andreasen or Hansen in midfield. So we've shown the players more opposition-based stuff a couple of days ago, so that we know who we're playing, how they move in the box, how they defend their own box, those sorts of things. But that's more because we're playing against players who we don't really know. So we did a little bit more on that, but even today's kind of match day meeting, it's more just showing the things that we're good at. Whether they play a back three or a back four, I'm pretty sure we know the team and the system and the shape they're going to play. So if they play in a back three or a back four, we know how we're going to press, we know how we're going to be in a block, we know how to attack different systems and shapes. So I don't think we've treated this any differently from how we would play against SJK or Ilves or Coops, who are also strong teams within our own domestic league. So it's not been dramatically different. It's focus on the things that we can control and the things that we're good at and focus on those things. And if we try our hardest and play close to our maximum, then we can get a good result.
Rasmus, miten sä kokeneena pelaajana, joka on pelannut tosi paljon kovia pelejä, niin miten sä itse varmistat sen tavalla, että se lataus ei mene yli, kun on näin isot panokset, ja miten sä pystyt toisaalta auttamaan sun nuoria pelikavereita taas siinä, että he pystyvät tuomaan sen parhaasti pöytään?
Niin, tietenkin se on, kun pelataan isoja pelejä, niin monesti se tietyllä tavalla ylilatautuminen on vaarana, ja etenkin nuorilla pelaajilla. Mä uskon, että me siitä kiitosta staffille, meidän valmistautuminen tähän on ollut hyvin niin kuin normaali, mikä on mun mielestä tosi hyvä ja oikea tapa. Me ei olla tätä peliä juurikaan niin kuin kohdeltu eri tavalla. Ja musta tuntuu, että se fiilis joukkueessa mikä on, niin ei anna mulle semmoista kuvaa, että siellä olisi liikaa jännittyneisyyttä. Tai mun mielestä meillä on hyvä semmoinen sopiva rentous tuossa hommassa ja en mä oikeastaan pelkää, että se menisi niin ylilatautumisen puolelle. Näihin peleihin on kaikkea. Ehkä meidän joukkueella on ollut välillä ongelmia siinä enemmänkin niin päinvastoin, että me ollaan lähdetty vähän liian rentoina peleihin ja nyt en usko, että tulee olemaan ongelma, että isoissa peleissä meidän joukkue on ollut tällä kaudella hyvä ja se kertoo siitä, että me ollaan hyviä paineen alla ja me pystytään hyviä joukkueita vastaan suorittaa silloin kun pitää ja niin kuin sanoin, olen yrittänyt omasta kokemuksestakin sanoa jätkille, että kaiken tämän keskellä on tärkeää yrittää muistaa niin nauttia siitä ja muistaa, miten pitkälle joka ajan on päässyt, että pääsee pelaamaan europelejä. Se ei ole mikään itsestäänselvyys ja kaikki pelaajat ei todellakaan pääse pelaamaan niitä. Niin yrittää nauttia niistä ja kuitenkin sitä kautta, kun me tuolla kentällä nautitaan, niin mä uskon, että me ollaan parhaimmilla.
Media, any questions?
Yeah, you got most of them already. For Stevie, in what specific things do you, in your own game, you have to be good to take a result tomorrow?
Well, from our own game, we need to be as attack-minded as we usually are. We've been the best in terms of underlying data, being the most attacking team and best attacking team in Finland for 2 years now. So when you take out penalties and set plays, we're the best. So as long as we focus on that and we connect our passes and we make our runs ahead of the ball and get enough bodies in the box, then we always look like we'll create chances. Of course, with set plays, we've been a lot better recently. We've adjusted a couple of things and looked better for it. So we've added that threat back into the team, which was the same as last season. It took us maybe 8-9 games to get into that. So if we get our attacking play right, then we're a problem for everybody. It doesn't matter whether it's Finland or outside. Obviously the set plays are obviously something that we're good at also. So if we can get those things right, that's the things we always focus on. We're not a defence first team where we just focus on being solid. We are all out attack pretty much all the time, and I have had people tell me we should change shape and be a bit more cautious and stuff like that, but It's not who we are. We're going to play this way and win or lose, but we're going to stick to that. So if we can get those things right, then we're a problem. And if we create enough chances, we'll score. And I think in European ties, it's really important that you can try and get the first goal. So that's what we're going to aim to do.
When you play the first game home and second game away, what would be a good result from tomorrow?
To win.
It's enough.
Yeah, because like Klaksvík's home record is amazing. Like, I don't think
if you have to win by 2 or...
if we have to go to Klaksvík and win by 2 or 3, that's difficult. Of course it is, and it's the same for any European game. Like if we went away to Klaksvík and won 3-0 in the first leg, you'd feel quite comfortable about going through. So I think it's the common sense approach is to try and win the tie in the home leg and give yourself something to hold on to or to give you some hope in the second leg, and that's all you can ask for. So the first thing is get a good performance and stick to the stuff that we're good at. And then let's see what the result is at the end of the game. We can't control that. We can control our effort, we can control our performance, we can control our temperament. We know what Klaksvík are going to do. They're going to sit in a block, they're going to be 5-4-1, they're going to get the wing backs down the side, they're going to get Fredriksberg and Johansson between the lines, Kletskard's going to be in the box, Haller Hansen's going to try and dictate the game from deep. If it's Andreasen or Jonsson in centre midfield, if it's Jonsson, he's going to press. If it's Andreasen, he'll try and get on the ball. We need to press them and take the ball off them. We need to do all the things we would normally do at home. So we don't treat this any differently. We know how to play. We have a very clear style. Everybody knows what we're doing. So the biggest thing to come out of this tie is firstly a positive performance, and secondly hopefully a win. And if we can get ourselves ahead going into Klaksvík, then it gives us a chance, and that's all we hope for going into next week.
What things in how Klaksvík play, what in their game style you have to, like, what you need to be ready?
Long throws, long free kicks, set plays, they're amazing at set plays. Long throws go in the box, they cause chaos, they're really physical, they just bash people around. It has worked against many teams for many years. And always when you're a smaller team in Europe, set plays are massive. Like we've spoken about it so many times that it might be the thing that helps us against better teams in the future. So they're amazing at that. 5-4-1 low block, you see how the national team play. Klaksvík have done this for 3-4 years in European competition. They don't press super high, they start off high, they get a bit of pressure, then they drop into a block, and it's not like really active to go and press the ball. It's kill all the spaces, defend the box when it comes in, get clearances, get 5, 6, 7 guys around the penalty spot. It's modern defensive European football, and if that's what we're up against, then we're going to have to break it down. So, their set plays are good, their defensive identity is very clear, they're good on the counter-attack. They've got Johansson will run, Fredriksberg will look for long passes, Kletskard will go and get in the box, Danielsson will get down the side, whether it's Jonsson or Johansson down the left, he'll try and put the ball in the box. So we know what we're up against. They're a good team. They caused HJK lots of problems last year, but I think, if you're being honest, I thought we were better than HJK last year. So based on that and the steps forward we've taken this year, I think it's winnable tie for us.
Still, for you, one question about players. Murilo has now been, I guess, in the trainings.
Yeah.
How has he looked?
We need to just keep pushing his fitness level. He's not able to do 90 minutes, but we can assess what he can do. I think he's got a conditioning session tomorrow morning just to try and help get him up to speed, but he'll be in the squad. I think he can play some minutes. He's not in bad shape. It's just like, if you've not played for a while, it's match condition that you need to be in rather than physical condition. So I think there's a good chance we'll be able to use him within the game.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Kiitos.
Thank you.
Kiitos.
Good luck for the game.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Ja, sitten Rassios.
Nähdään huomenna.
Yes.
Nähdään huomenna. Kiitos. So, welcome to the pre-game press conference. Key Klaksvík head coach Magnus Powell and star player Arni Fredriksberg. Welcome guys to Seinäjoki. So, the big game is ahead, only 24 hours away. How are your feelings right now?
I think fine. Beautiful weather. Finland at its best. So, it's been absolutely amazing since we traveled over here, and we had some good preparation and are eager to get on the game tomorrow.
What about you, Arni?
We're feeling good, so we're excited for tomorrow. Exciting game, Conference League. it's an exciting part of being a football player to play in this competition. So just excited for tomorrow.
We obviously know that you are a really experienced team in the Euro leagues and games. So gotta ask, like, what is your secret sauce? Like, how do you manage to actually gain this kind of success in these tough games?
I think we know what we're good at and know where we have to know we are going to struggle in these games. But from that position, it's always easy to punch back because we know how to do it. We have done it so many times before. So we know the game picture tomorrow. So it's easier, calmer for us when you know what you're up against.
What about you, Magnus?
I feel the same since I came. The experience they've had, and like I said, it doesn't matter how the game picture is. We have as a team different qualities that are really crucial in these type of games, and so always have a two-leg game, and we're really strong. Of course, been really strong at home for a long while, so it's good to have that two-leg, that you have the confidence, even if the game picture is not as the normal league for us. The players done it before are really confident in it. So
you haven't faced SJK before, so but I do know that you have already obviously seen videos of their games. Like, but what do you know about tomorrow's opponent? What kind of team you are expecting to face tomorrow?
I feel it's an energy team. A lot of young guys running quite a lot, fast, good on transitions, and. Quite big team for set pieces as well, so we scouted them a lot, and for me it's the young energy that stands out. So it's a tough team that's done really well, top in the form league the last 5 games in Finnish league, so really tough opponent, but again it's a team that plays quite a lot like us, so I think it's been interesting like tomorrow.
What about you, Arni? What do you think?
Oh, it's always exciting. We know how we're gonna play, so we know how the game picture will be like. So, and for us is to bring our play into the game and not so much, and then react on how they're gonna play. We know that they have fast players, good on transitions. So yeah, it's always a tough game. Europe is always tough. Away games are always tough in Europe, but that's fine for us. We are not going to lay down because of that, and it's going to be an interesting fight for tomorrow's game.
I bet, yeah. Media, do we have any questions?
Yes, so I'm Juuso Laiho from ENNAKKO, that is a regional newspaper around here. First, for Magnus Powell, now as you have scouted SJK, have you faced a team in Faroe Islands or in your manager career before that plays with a similar style?
Yeah, a lot of times. So that's it's football. It's just a numbers game. But again, for me, it's the attitude you have as a team, so that we're facing. But in football, you need to focus on yourself, and we put a lot of focus on who we are and our DNA, and that's going to be absolutely most important. But again, they play quite similar as we do. In Faroes, it's a different type of league. So again, you play that diversity of teams, so you can't focus like that. It's just next game, it's important, then you focus on that and how we play and how we can adjust our playing style for the opponent. But then again, it should be as little as possible to believe in yourself, believe in your abilities in the team, and they are big. So
starting away and playing the second leg home, what would be a good result from tomorrow?
I don't think we look at the results, it's the performance. If we have a good performance and we perform at the highest level we can, as close as it possible, and that the game is alive, that's the most important, because we know we're strong at home. So if the game is alive to the second leg, I'm happy.
How is it? Are we going to see different Kauai than what we see, or maybe we don't see in the league games? But is it different playing style in Europe than it is in league games?
Yeah, it's tougher games because you know less about your opponent. In the national league, you played against a player maybe 50 times, so you know everything they're going to do. But like I said, we have experience and we're going to use that experience. So the more focus we have on ourselves, we know what they're going to do, but we need to be as a unit tied together, work as a unit. So no, I think you'll see the DNA in KOI. I hope you will see tomorrow.
Then for Arni, you have had amazing results in Europe, especially 2 years ago. Has that changed the expectations that you have as a players, as a team, as a club, when you're starting a new season in Europe?
No, it's just that we're excited. If you look at the club, you set some goals. It's 10, 15 years ago that you wanted to reach a group stage in Europe. We reached that 2 years ago, and it just gives us the feeling that we want more. We want that feeling again, and we want to take it further. So it's not the expectations from our supporters, it's more our own expectations to ourselves, that we want to make some good results, good matches, and just these games, they're amazing to play. So as of course we have an experienced teams that you don't know how many games like this you get again. So we just want to take everything that we can with us from each game.
You now know what you're capable of, but maybe every other club in Europe knows what you're capable of. So is the situation now easier or harder for you?
No, we have to tackle the situation in the same way. We know that we're an underdog for most games, from that, you know your position, you know what the game picture will be like, so it's just easier to attack the games. It's easier to play because there's no expectations to you from Europe. It's only our own expectations that you have to live up to. Of course, that's sometimes hard, but because you are your own worst enemy in that situation. But I think if you feel the team spirit here, is just the joy of playing these games that feels the most.
You have now said many times that you know what the game picture will be tomorrow, so can you say it already so we know it?
You will see it tomorrow.
Yeah. Still one question. You have a big impact in the team, and I don't know if I should say especially, but also in the set pieces. You have scored directly from corner kicks in league games, in Europe, in national team. It is something that you sometimes try, or is it just that when the ball is in a certain way, there's always a chance that it will be goal?
I think that's the boy in every footballer, that you have shots on goal from you're 5 years old till you're playing now, that if you can bring that to a game like this, the excitement to try and to dare to shoot a goal directly from corner. If you try it, sometimes it will work, but it's also a part of our set pieces, how we shoot it, how we run, that the thing happens sometimes that the ball goes directly in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's all. Hey, thank you and good luck for tomorrow's game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all. And we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.